This is the third episode of Southside Talk with your boy Big KREE. You already know we got legends in the building. Big Liveola, what it do? Chilling, man. We out here in the toe, man. I appreciate you coming through the fuck with me, man. That's love, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, anytime.
A1 since day one, brother. Man, since you first got out, man, we linked up, man. It was all love, you know what I'm saying? We knocked out a track that day. That day, bro. My man's live said, hey, man, I fuck with you, bro. Hey, you know what, man? Get me on one, I got you. I said, enough said, bro. I was in the studio. 20 minutes, I was out. You know what I'm saying? Working. And I see you working hard right now, man. You dropping features like crazy. You know, Liveola's home. It's like you never left, man. What's good, man? Let's talk about that.
You know what it is, man. It's like all or nothing, man. Mash gas or gas away. You know? So we just go back to all we know, you know? There's no plan B.
No plan B.
There's no other course.
Yeah. There's no failure, man. It's either you're going to do it, stand for something or fall for nothing. And that's what I always say, you know what I'm saying?
All gas, no brakes.
All gas, no brakes. I see you got a soda in your hand, man. Shout out to Dirty Berry, you know what I'm saying? One of our sponsors as well as Mas Chamoy, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Southern Image Custom Apparel, Paranoid Records, Beautiful Monsters, Dirty Money Records, the Big Homies Network, the AC Doctors, 210 Texas Nation, DJ Lil Lucky, Static TV, Affordable Rate, you know what I'm saying? The Mr. Pop Podcast, subscribe, Cultural Collective, Alex Airbrush Luna, Bear County Cuts.
I feel the courtesy on behalf of the good people like IJS Jewelers,
yes, okay.
Mark Apparel, and the Double Cut Kings, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them, man. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the entrepreneurs, man, getting it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
we don't come together with positive thoughts and keep this shit moving. Hey, you know what I'm saying? We work better in numbers and solid as a unit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes,
so let's talk about, man, before live when, you know what I'm saying? Program the rec days. I remember I used to be in Urban City, bro. I used to be out there, man, like, just looking for what's new. I'll be at all the record shops, you know. You had your Slim Thugs, you had your Swisher houses, you know what I'm saying? You had all that, but then, you know, you had your Liveola, you know what I'm saying? And I remember, like, when Program the Rec came out, I was in high school, and I was at Fox Tech, and everybody was just talking about, like, man, you going to go get Program the Rec? Hey, man, I already got my copy. You know, how was that nostalgic feeling, like, you know?
You know what? I was in TYC about 98, 99, right? When that big Swisher House wave came, and like the Slim Thugs, even Freestyle King, Charlie Boy, and all them, you know, and we didn't really have a piece of that at the time, you know. So everyone from the tone was just on that, you know. So when we came with the Third Degree thing, it was like something of that nature, of that cloth or whatever, and that we supported it, you know. Beautiful. Love, and you know, anything that you create and people support, man, there's no other feeling like it in the world. You know what I mean? Minus money, any of that, the accolades, it's just the support from the people. You know what I'm saying? And beautiful, man, beautiful. Dream come true, man.
Yeah, man. So seeing that back then, like, you know, I was just a freestyler in school and shit like that. Like, y'all was already having tapes with big boy names. You know, back then, you know, I never thought, like, we fast forward to now. You know, I'd be around, you know, the Low G's and the Rasheeds and the Slim Thugs and the Houston, Texas Legends. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did that feel to you now that you're working with Pokey? You know what I'm saying? Now you got
it's a dream to me because, you know, it's equivalent to someone in New York getting a Jay-Z feature, a French Montana feature, a Jim Jones feature. You know, this is what we were looking up to, you know, just to have that, you know, be on the same page as them, be in the same arena as them, man. It's just a blessing. They really don't get no higher than that to me, you know.
Right.
You know? It's very grateful. I live in a very grateful space right now, you know. If it was over tomorrow, I feel like I done the best shit.
Right. You know, everybody excited to see you home. You know what I'm saying? Everything's lovely. You know, we talked about before in the past, like, you know, just on personal conversations, is like the grind, man, like the organic groundwork, man. Can you speak about that? Because nowadays, a lot of these newer artists think they can just put something on YouTube, this and that.
Well, the ground from where we came from there was no social media where it is now. We had like MySpace and, you know, a couple of things, but the music, you had to physically drop the music off at the mom and pop stores, like Southside spot, you know, and different states, different cities, and you know, sometimes you wouldn't get your money up front. You'd have to go back, you know, get the consignment. You'd have to make sense, you know. You wouldn't want to drive through 13 states and only pick up so much money that it cost you money to come back and you couldn't get back or whatever it may be, you know. So that's how we built our foundation. That's how a lot of Texas artists built their foundation, you know. Today's a little different, man. You can drop one song on social media and go crazy, you know, and it's kind of spoiled it, but at the same time, it doesn't last as long. You know, average artist gets about 4 years, but the way we built it, you see dudes like, you know, past us, even like the SUC, the Switch Out, dudes with 20-year careers, you know, 20-year plus still going careers, you know. Big Puppy 46 just did 7 million streams and shit like that. It's unheard of pretty much anywhere else, you know. And I attribute it to that grind.
Right.
To that grind. When you physically touch the people can physically see you, to the time when you were handing over a physical product. I know you still do, you know, but the majority it's not. So it got kind of watered down, you know. But that's what you got dudes having a career lasting in one song, you know. And I'll be damned. I'd rather not even play if I only got one song.
Yeah, because back in the day, you had to have a body of work. You had to have a whole CD.
You had to ride.
It had to be good from the beginning to the end. Because if that shit wasn't good to be in the end, what are they gonna do?
And we weren't shooting videos like that then. It was everything rests on your quality of work. Your quality of work, how it sounded. Every now and again you might get a video, but it wasn't like that, you know. And your presence, you had to have that presence. You couldn't just drop something off and not return for 2 years. It's a waste. And so you had to have that presence. And all these places, try to get all these places at once without social media help. Very hard, but it's very rewarding.
Right. So, you know, a lot of people know about live, you know what I'm saying, but we got to keep educating them. Because to us, you know, you're San Antonio's hero, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we fuck with, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, when I was in high school, it was Liveola, Third Degree, that's what it was, you know what I mean? So how was it like back in the day, making music, like getting out there, like what was your first on-the-road experiences? Like some places you've been, you know, because we all had to go through the hole in the wall, some of us still do.
Man, I done been to some great shows, some scary-ass shows, you know, we're gonna make it out there, you know? Some shit that I couldn't believe that was even open. You know, hole in the wall type of spots, you know, gangster situations, man, fighting in there, have to fight a way out type of shit, you know, and but it's all part of the story though. It's all part of the story, man, and I wouldn't change that any little bit of it for nothing, you know. But you know, it's less like that today, you know. Pretty much smooth business, everything's good. But in the beginning, a lot of headaches, a lot of, you know, somebody might go to jail, might get a flat tire, and take a course of this, and a bunch of stores might not have our money or might catch them bootlegging. It's an issue. That was a big issue back then, man. You know, but hey, if it was easy, everybody would have did it.
Right. Now, how you digging the independent grind? You know, compared to because I know you've probably been on both sides of the fence. You know what I'm saying? Had the independent grind deal. What do you think weighs out more in your benefit?
I've never had a major deal. I've had you know, management deals or whatever, or like partnered up with investors and things like that. Me myself, by nature, I'm a boss, but when it's so many hats at one time, I know you can understand. So many hats at one time can be fucking exhausting, especially if you're funding it, orchestrating it, trying to make the music, you know, like trying to just you know, like control every little thing. So sometimes it's a relief to be able to sit back and have, you know, hey, they're gonna take care of this, that's cool, this and that. But at the end of the day, you know, you want your hands in as much as you can still for the payoff, you know. I hate for someone to turn around and be like, oh well, you know, it's because of me that this and that and that. Nah. So it's a cover balance with that too, you know.
Just gotta get it out the mud, man. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm super OCD anyway, so I'm probably doing more than I'm supposed to be doing anyway, you know.
Right. Now, a while back, man, I remember when you was fresh out, you know, when we started kicking off, you know, we got about 4 joints together. We're knocking out another one today, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I remember at that time, you was up in New York with my partner, Leo Flo, man, and you was fucking with Freddie Godson, man. Rest in peace. How was that?
Rest in peace, Freddie God, man. That was crazy. When I was in prison, I had got a magazine, and I never heard his music. I just read his story, man. I was like, man, that's pretty dope, man. So I remembered him when I looked up the music. I'm like, man, I like this shit, you know? So we were about 2 degrees of separation. I called, had someone else call, we set it up, and went up there, and just the way God planned it out, man, a couple of months later after that, he died, you know, the first wave of COVID, and but man, it was a beautiful experience, man. I learned so much just in that little space of time, and that's another part of the story, you know.
Yeah, man.
One of the greatest lyricists ever.
Oh, yeah, bro. See, what I heard about Freddie Godson, it was through like the battle rappers. You know, I used to battle rap, stuff like that. And I remember seeing a video of Charlie Clips saying something like, man, Freddie Godson was on the block, you know, just eating boys up, you know, old school style, just getting and shit. You know, and, you know, I was a little late on Freddie Godson, you know, but when I went back and everything, man, I really appreciate, you know, his hip-hop influence.
I had seen that Funk Master Flex freestyle.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
Probably the greatest. I'm gonna say it's probably
the greatest freestyle
I've
yeah.
seen.
Poppy, please bring another key. Yeah, that motherfucker right there, bro.
So that sealed the deal. Like, look, let's get our ducks in a row, man. We finna go, you know. And man, when I met him too, I just felt like I knew him forever, you know.
Right. And
then he'd call me congratulating me on the birth of my son. And that was the last time I talked to him, man. Like a month later, he was like, he's dead. Yeah, RP for the God, man.
Yeah, man. That's another great man. Rest in peace, Pun. You know, the fam, you know what I'm saying? I know we both lost a lot along the way, you know what I'm saying? Everybody. But yeah, man, I also want to talk about your upbringing, man. Where are you originally from? You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's Marbach, all that, San Antonio. But, you know,
I'm originally from Bronx, New York.
Bronx.
But I came to San Antonio, I turned 10 years old in San Antonio on Marbach, you know, so. And I'm more Texas, San Antonio than anything, but I don't forget about that part, you know. But I figure that's where you really got your adolescence, where you really grew up, you know, so that's where it is. But I still have that influence in the music, for sure. And I still appreciate the lyricism, like the East Coast lyricism, you know.
I see that, man. You've always been different, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I also want to talk about the Goodfella days, man. I remember the movements that cocked a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, a lot of the fans too, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, since you've been out, you know, you've done quite a few interviews, but, you know, not too many, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, we talked about the good, bad, ugly, all that, but, man, me as a fan, bro, like, I want to know, like, how it was, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember motherfucking, you know, the whole Goodfella movement, you know, the fucking, everybody involved.
The Goodfella thing came about, me and Marco Boda, man, shout out Marco Boda, when we was third degree, we were kind of like the coaches at that point in time. We had these little like all the movies you used to watch, Goodfella, Don Brasco, all that, and we would throw them little quotes in there, just like saying little shit verbatim. That was like our little inside thing. So when third degree broke up, I came with Goodfellas and tried to insert that with the movie clips on it. Like I tried to bring all that part into that. It was just its own little sound, little identity.
So much coke. We squeegee quarters, you know what I'm saying? Man, you got so many quotables, man. So many quotables, man. A lot of good shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I know everybody give you your flowers, man, but yeah, we giving them to you again, bro. Right? I'm saying right here on Southside Talk, you know what I'm saying?
I know you appreciate it, man.
It's all love, man. Well, yeah, man, what you want to talk about, man? What you got going on now, man? We got the past, present, future.
Well, right now, I wouldn't say it's a revamp of third degree, but we got it's Get Money Gang, man. CNL, it's me, Khalid, King Khalid, So San Antonio, famous, aka Lil Kid, and you know we've been running projects, man, running these videos, man, and it's probably the most momentum I've ever had in my career. You know what I'm saying? Just doing this part, man. So shout out to Bird GMG, man, Jay Lee, and that's what's happening right now. We got a show tonight at 125 Guadalupe. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You're doing that. I got some solo stuff I'm working, but I don't like to announce until
right. Never count your eggs until they hatch. You know what I'm saying? So I know you got the new tape, man, the Northside Live. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
You know, how was it working with Big Pick and?
See, that's what I was saying about earlier, man. Like Big Pick, Big Tiger, them Swisher House dudes. To us, that was the time. There wasn't none other. That was mainstream to me. There was nobody really mainstream I was listening to then, so that was that. So now that my partners, you know what I'm saying, I can call them, get them on tape, you know, do this and that. You know, that's a dream to me. If nobody else cared, I do, you know. But yeah, just that sound. I used to get dressed in the morning to that, you know. It's the Big Pick, you know what I'm saying? So we went back when Outside Live, we mixed all those old Switch House songs. You know what I'm saying? Try to recapture that sound. You know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate you jumping on my tape too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You know,
you did the same thing.
Yeah, man. You know, because a lot of people said, "Hey, man, that's old shit. Nobody's remixing songs no more." Then as soon as motherfuckers start doing it, then it just.
Well, this is the thing. I was trying to go for like new sounds and stuff. Like, okay, well, let me try this out. You know, I'm on. You know, it's been some growth. I want to show people my growth and all these new little things I figured out, new vocabulary, stuff I've been reading on. You know, but they're like, yeah, but what about that old shit, man?
Right.
Nah, that's good.
Yeah, it's always about that old shit, man. Like, you know, you're trying to push what's new now, and a lot of the fans, you know, they want to know about the shit from like.
It's nostalgia. I understand. It's nostalgia, man. You just want that feeling when they first started fucking with you, you know. So I give it to them, aren't you, man?
So what are some of your other influences as far as like Midwest rappers? You know, you got your Twisters, you got your Bone. I mean, like what else? What else influenced live? You know, besides the Texas and the New York sound.
I like a lot of Rick Ross, man. I like Nipsey Hussle. I like Kanye, man. Some Kanye, you know. I like Like things like that, man. Some of the backpack rappers, man. Also, like some of the real underground, like MF Doom.
Rest in peace.
Things like that, you know, like there's so many of that. But also like maybe like some foreign stuff, you know, like what they're doing in England. Like England drill stuff is entertaining to me. I don't know, things like anything really that's just jamming, you know. I like what they were doing in Puerto Rico a minute ago with that with the like the cumbia, like trap cumbia type shit.
Right.
You know, I was liking that.
Cribby Kush type shit.
Yeah, like Donald Omar or
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you know, something we have in common, bro, like, you know, since we talk about, like, you know, Denver, Colorado and stuff like that, is like, you know, both named John, we're both Cubans, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I think that's crazy, man, you know what I'm saying? We're both Cuban folk, you know what I mean? Talk about your heritage a little, you know, just a little touch on that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, you know, might not know the full ethnicity, you know.
Yeah, I'm Cuban and black. I'm from Bronx, New York, you know, it was nothing but Cubans, Dominicans. Now it's a lot more racist, but then it was just a bunch of Cuban, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans, you know, and I fuck with everybody. I don't even try to pick out, you know, pick a side of what is what, you know.
It's all melting pot.
I'm a melting pot. And Camp San Antonio was another melting pot. So that.
Right, man. What have you always admired about San Antonio besides, you know, being from here and, you know what I'm saying, like food?
Well, I admire about San Antonio, man, like I feel like we've never really just had our moment, you know. So we still have it coming, you know. Like it's not like, okay, well, we gave him everything and it's over with, you know. So I know we still have it coming. I know whatever we support, like we do with the Spurs or whatever, you know, that we got it. So I'm just looking for that time where it's like, okay, San Antonio. They always put us on the back burner.
I feel like we're on the map now. Like
I feel the interest is like right now, and the people support it because the people want something to go on, you know. But I don't feel like we passed it up or we lost it or we didn't expose everything,
right?
You know. We expose, you know, there's still some mystery about this because they don't know. And you can't really put a finger on it. You know, you can't be like, okay, well, this is San Antonio now. San Antonio is so much shit. You know, I feel like when they came down to the South and they seen Houston, like they broke it apart and took everything they could take from them so fast. As, you know, there was nothing left. There was no mystery. Now you motherfuckers have adopted shit they had took. They don't even know where it came from. They sip and drink. In, you know,
London. You know what I'm saying?
You know, everybody got a grill. Everybody, you know, they're putting swingers on shit in Japan. Like you know, I feel like just rape the culture, man. But you know, to choose a better word, I don't feel like they've done that to us. You know, so we still have our moment coming, man. And I feel like everybody's minds is in the line, you know, to have it happen now. So many careers and businesses, and you know, everybody. You know, it seems like everybody's thriving. Everybody's got that boss mentality right now. It's just perfect conditions for thriving, you know.
Right. I also want to talk to you, man. You know, how was it surviving your incarceration, man? Because I know it's a lot of time there. You know, thinking. I mean, was you coming up with this game plan to come out? What did you think was going to happen? Did you have, you know what I mean? Did you manifest this?
I feel like I manifested it. I feel number one, it was boring as hell. That's pretty much the worst part about prison. For me, it was just boring. But I put the plan together in my head, and I just somehow, I don't know how, but somehow I just stood on it, even though I did not know this was going to be possible. I just said, hey, now this is what it's going to be, you know. But I didn't really, to be honest with you, I didn't know. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, and this, and I'm going to work harder than everybody, and I'm going to come with this, you know, just this whole little ball thing, and it unfolded how it unfolded, and it unfolded pretty accurate, you know. So I said, man, it's manifestation, man. Whatever you just believe wholeheartedly and you work towards, you can bring it out, you know. People think it's magic, but I don't really think so, man. I know you've been in studios, man. These dudes, you know, 20,000 blunts, you know, charging $60, $70 an hour, you know, 27 blunts, been in the studio 5 hours and not recorded nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm having four or five verses at least done in that upon the time, you know.
Come to work.
Yeah, come to work, man. So they're like, some people think it's magic. It's not really magic, man. It's just working.
That's another thing I want to talk about, man. I see like a lot of people nowadays be mad at the city because they want someone to put them on.
That's crazy.
Like they feel like if they're not in position, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody got to put them on. You know what I'm saying?
The put them on mentality, man. I hate it, man. Because no grown man, like, look, if I'm already working and doing my thing, I should be able to plug my thing into like-minded people that have it going on. I shouldn't expect you to come carry me or you to come pick me up and change my life. That's a grown man. That's weird. That's weird. That's
You gotta
weird.
put in your own work, man.
Put in your own work, man. But if you're doing it the right way, we should be able to collaborate on what we got going on and get to $1. But for me to just like, it's not the early '80s. I mean, it's not the late '80s, early '90s where talent is everything. You know, I don't care if you can just rap. That's like this much of it, man. The rest is hustle, man. Talent ain't. Who cares, man? I see mainstream dudes that could barely. I ain't gonna be disrespectful name. Could barely rap, but the business acumen is impeccable, bro. And they're killing them.
It's all about your grind, man. Like nowadays, you know, like you said, back then I remember people used to get booked because hey, they were dope. They could, you know, be good entertainers, whatnot. But you know, let's be honest. At the end of the day, if you're not getting out there, marketing, branding yourself, doing what you have to take, shaking hands, you know, meeting with people, asking questions. I mean,
so what's really happening is the people with the real boss mentalities that are really leveling themselves up. They don't need labels. But by the time they get to that point, they don't need a deal. They don't need. What are you going to offer me? $40,000? You know, I've been grinding for.
Get that out the mud.
So you got to talk to me, come to me correctly. You know. So, but then you have someone they just don't want. They just want to piggyback on your body of work. You know, and they get the easy ride. It don't work like that, man. It wouldn't even be fair for this dude. You got dudes turning down multi-million-dollar deals because they done figured out how to get it on their own. What am I gonna be in debt for you for when I've been doing this? You know. So, hey man, and the labels know that too. They know that too, but it's not going backwards. That put me on mentality. Oh, I hate it.
I mean, like I said, bro, like, you know, being in the game and doing the hand-to-hand, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate guys like you for the blueprint, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate guys like the hooligans and so forth and so forth. You know, because nowadays, you know, not everybody wants to get out there, sweat, get that hand-to-hand combat on, you know, go to the car show, be there 8 in the morning, put your banner up, you know what I'm saying?
That's tough.
Like, boys don't even want to pay for decent graphics these days, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to have that boss mentality. You put in what you get. You know what I'm saying? You put in what you get. Absolutely. But hey, man, I had a great sit down with you, man. I appreciate you coming through. Southside Talk at the Southside Spot, baby. You know what I'm saying? Anybody else you want to shout out, man? Anything you want to say?
Hey, man. Shout out to whole GMG, CNL, man. Shout out to my boy Static, man. Hey, man. Southside Spot, we in here, man.
Hey! How y'all doing out there? Tearing on my house? KREE! Chew! Hey! Oh, y'all good? Hey! Groupies, I don't chit chat, put the money in my hand. Came from the Tone River City where I am. Came a long way from the drugs and the scams. Posed for the cam, but I don't like pictures. See me in the creek, white body smoke swish. Fucking with the twins in the PAC. When I made a name, I became OG. Hey, listen up, I'm the fucking truth. For 13 years, had it all planned. To come back on an off flows and start running up these bands. I'm all pressure when I'm speaking up. These boys are soft, they don't speak enough. Keep a snub nose if they squeaking up. Never been a rat, don't compete with us. Dose of one on the ones and twos. I lock the flow, Mo got the plan. This distribution straight underground. You can only get it straight hand to hand. Out the trunk, out the swap meet. You can cop 2 or you can cop 3. I got merchandise, just name your price. This merch gang, get your money right. Ay.
Phone calls of expansions got me dancing. My son popped his top at dinner in a Versace mansion. On course for M, them plans we will not be canceling. Chopsticks to your noodles, a few dudes about to be mandarin. And I treat them elbows like Royce Gracie. I just heard hell froze. I bet them boys hate me. Ballin' on these niggas, I feel like I've been point shaving. Ridiculous with the text, until the point's taken. From drinking jail water to sinking Bell Harbor. A little daughter screaming in demons by some Chanel Parkers. You can wish me well, but I will regardless. Controller, I don't kiss and tell, I just feel these orders. And I still feel enormous, my beanstalk different. Soon as they seen what's on us, that mean talk switch. I've been jumping tax brackets, they backwards falling victim. Victims falling backwards, ain't no cap in my capitalism. Back on the mission, outside live in position. You should see these acquisitions, got sack shoppers tripping. Body rocking, I'm finna clack out these pistols. You hardly poppin', niggas need to back out this business. Straight body shot, I'm tryna max out them riblets. You seen what I hopped in, the kind that max out them digits. Bird watcher, I clap out them pigeons to the last man. Double tap auto Mac in your face, we leaving ass. And I ain't leaving down to the last bag one time for KREE. I got all the way up on them fucks, now it come down to me. Then I crawl away on Buck for the whole time to see merch game Liveola find me with a counter beat. Come on, man.